Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and checking out Conquest, a Last Argument of Kings from Parabellum Games. I've been really interested in this game for quite some time. I'm a massive fan of Warhammer Fantasy back in the day, and I've really been itching to get back into something rank and flank. I've been building up some old Warhammer Fantasy battle armies, and I've been checking out some games that are ranked and flank games. So things like Kings of War, Song of Ice and Fire, and of course, Conquest, the Last Argument of Kings. And where I think this game separates from the rest of what it's really drawn me in with is the miniatures for the game. I mean, Kings of War, for me, the miniatures are maybe a little bit lacking. I'm not the biggest fan of the miniatures of the game, but I have heard good things about the latest sculpts. Just, it's not my thing. Song of Ice and Fire, I like for a very different reason. I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. Like many fantasy nerds, I enjoyed the series, parts of the series, and I'm really interested in trying that game out more to the fact I like the setting and the world and the stories that are told in that. And Conquest, for me, this game here, I've been interested in because it looks cool. The miniatures really have that unique sort of aesthetic to them, much similar to, like, say, Age of Sigmar, where the models and the races and all the miniatures and stuff like that are all sort of very unique to the setting. And that's what I really liked about it. So we're going to unbox the core starter set here I've managed to pick up. Thank you to Emerald Games who got me this one, which is a fantastic little box set. So let's get cracking it open. One last thing, if you'd like to pick up some Conquest Last Argument of Kings, you can do so on the Parabellum website on the e-store and use our affiliate code CFGConQ5, and that'll get you 10% off your orders and also help support the channel. Anyone who does this, we're greatly appreciative of. It helps keep the channel going and allows us to do more amazing content for Conquest and indeed other channels, games that we do as well. And so let's start unboxing this little box set here. So for starters, it is a chunky box set. We've got a ton of stuff inside here. And so, nice and tightly sealed there. Lift up the lid, and what do we got inside of here? So first of all, we've got the rules of engagement. So a nice little handheld size rulebook. I really love these when the Games Workshop games do these. Reminds me of like the old Warhammer Fantasy, of the little red rulebooks and all that sort of stuff. I miss these tiny rulebooks from other war games, so I'm really excited that there's a little like easy to read rulebook available in Conquest. That's really cool. We've got some cool dice, nice little red dice here for it as well. And then we got our unit cards. So these are part of the game. They tell me all the stats. I'm a big fan of cards in the miniature games. Having played like a lot of Age of Sigmar and 40k and all that sort of stuff, I really do like having cards in games. They make everything so easy to understand. You can pick and choose which ones you need based on what army you're playing with, so it really makes it easy. The artwork on these looks really nice as well, if you can see that. The Ferromancer on these. Have a little look-see inside. Probably end up getting some sleeves for these, but the artwork is really nice. I like that it's against like a muted background, all of it. It sort of has this same sort of look. So objective cards, and I'm assuming this is part of the game. I will say I'm not too well versed in the game just yet. We've got to play some games and get an idea. But brute drones, the Abomination, the Giant Model, Noble Lord, Men-at-Arms, Mercenary Crossbowmen, Household Knights, all different sort of characters that we get inside the box set, which is really nice. Definitely get some card sleeves. I like that these are a very standard sort of size. They'll do well just buying some card sleeves that you would buy for any, you know, trading card game like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, etc. But let's look inside there. There is a ton of plastic in here. So I'm gonna go with, I think, so what have we got? We've got 2 knights on here. We've got some more, so 1, 2, 3 knights here, which is pretty cool. So these will be our household knights I'm going with. They are pretty decently big. Like the horses on these are no little, so it looks like the miniatures in this are going to be decently sized. Quality-wise, they do look really nice. Like, I can't see a lot of flash. I can't see a lot of mold lines. The models appear to be joined at, you know, pretty nice places on the models, so you can easily scrape away and clean. Like nothing untoward. Looks like high quality GW plastic that you would get, which is really solid. Not all miniature games are of that sort of quality, so that's really nice to see that we've got like a nice high quality plastic kits. Well then look, and this one here, I'm going to assume this is part of our abomination here. These giant bits and pieces. Then this must be our sort of lord here, our noble lord. Oh, cool. So we got sculpted bases as well for the miniatures, which is really, really nice. This makes just basing an army. Like if you get some sculpted bases, you can sort of continue to theme around that. I like it, especially for a game system I'm not too familiar with the lore in. I mean, I've listened to a little bit of it and read a little bit of it, but this is nice to sort of see like some sculpted terrain. This will make sort of building up my own base and understanding what I can do for my own basing. Oh, we got a little bit of flash on this one, but it's not actually on any of the models. It's just around the input sprue, which is fine. Got these. So the minis are decently big. Like that's a human's legs here. They're solid, chunky boys. I think these are the men-at-arms, sword and shield. Let's have a look at our cards. What have we got here? Yes, these have got to be our men-at-arms. Our medium infantry with the swords and shields here, which is cool. Like nice, larger sort of miniatures is solid, I think. Be interesting to sort of see how they go. Finding that like these miniatures definitely are like a larger sort of scale than like Warhammer and all that. And yeah, more men-at-arms. I'm going to assume these are the men-at-arms. Swords and shields. And then we've got crossbowmen. Once again, just like larger than Games Workshop style minis. These look like they're in like a 38mm scale or something like that. Rather than like the 32 that Games Workshop goes with, which is cool. There's a little bit of mold line and flash on this particular sprue, but nothing like too untowards. I dig these. The crossbows look really, really sweet. Let's have a look. So can we see sort of like a face? Oh, we've got a face here. And oh, I really do like the level of detail. Once again, we've got like a little bit of flash, but none of it appears to be on the actual models, which is nice. It's just on the bits of sprue around. But the faces look really nicely detailed, which is cool. And so these guys here, these are going to be our force-grown drones. There's a lot of wasted space on these sprues, I will say that. I think that could be like clamped down a little bit and put onto smaller sprues. I will say that something like Games Workshop do really well is just sort of cramming it and compacting it, not leaving so much wasted like sprue space. Like you've got these giant gaps in between pieces. But that may be Games Workshop has the ability to produce models at a much sort of higher rate and like, yeah. But force-grown drones look really solid. Once again, they're just that larger sort of scale. Shields here, something about the spires, they just look so creepy and cool. Definitely a Halloween sort of themey army would be really nice for them. And more force-grown drones and more force-grown drones. You've got 4 sprues of them, so I think there's probably like 20 of them. And then we've got, this is probably the other part of our abomination, or are these the giant sort of dudes that we get for the army? So we got, yeah, that looks like abomination, but then this here, this looks like our infantry. What were they called? Brute drones, brute drones. Didn't see the Ferromancer anywhere. Is he on one of these sprues here somewhere? The Ferromancer. Is he on like, I think I know, was he on the same sprue? Okay, yeah, I think this is where he is. This looks like him here. So he's on the same sprue as our Noble Lord, which is cool. Cool. Then we got a ton of bases. Oh, okay, yeah, they are like decently sized models. Got smaller bases. And then we're like our movement trays and stuff in here. And there's a tiny bit of something there. So there's a Household Knight's helmet. Sprue. But yeah, there is a ton of cool stuff inside this box here. I'm really impressed with like the amount of plastic you get in this. Sort of move all this out of the way because we're going to just tip this over. But like, there is a lot of stuff in here, which is really nice. So we're getting, we'll turn it around so everyone else can see. But yeah, we've got objective markers as well. So they weren't sculpted bases, they were for the objective markers. Okay, that's all right. I like how they've gone for the green on all of this. But we've got, yeah, as expected, we've got 4 ranks of those force-grown drones, and then 2 lots, 2 sprues of that, a couple of sprues of them, the Household Knights, the Lord, the Abomination, and the Ferromancer as well. So some nice models. I'm really impressed with what we get inside this box set. I can't wait to get building this. And getting Conquest and playing some more of it on the channel should be a ton of fun. If you're playing Conquest already, let us know what you're doing with it, what army's your favorite. Can't wait to get showing this off on the channel some more. So it'd be lovely to hear from everyone on how they've been going with the game and what you've been doing. And so that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, leave us a comment and let us know what you liked about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine community we've got going at Cinderful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the description of the video to our Discord server. Lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel in another way, you can do so either by joining our Patreon or YouTube members. Our Patreon and YouTube members help decide what content we do on the channel. If you'd like to help support, that would be greatly appreciated, and we'd love to give a shout out to everyone who has helped support the channel via Patreon, and that is our patrons: Christian Weir, James, Soren, Chaos Spawn, AJC, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Dynet226, Anton Nilsson, and JJ Austrian. And a special thank you to our YouTube members who, by the way, don't forget when we've got live streams and in the comments, you can use our special emojis on YouTube. You amazing people. Thank you to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Steve T, The Real Zeop, Chris Wallace, Turo12, Vinny, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, and a special thank you to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and to Xmorphic, who does an amazing job at all the background work in our Discord server. Thank you to both of you. You do an amazing job and do so much for the channel. That's it for today, folks, though. Stay safe and stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.